Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Barbells and Banter podcast. This is episode 16, and me and Bobby, who is in a tractor right now, are joined by Sophie McMullan and George Nicholl, also known as George SPD. Bobby's
Alright.
Bobby actually didn't know what time properly whenever we stated what time we were doing this, so
Oh my,
he'll be for any. You'll just get the entertainment of Bobby in the bottom right corner. uh, on a side quest, pretty much. But yeah, the episode's mainly about Sophie's powerlifting postpartum and George's overcoming injury, as he previously said to me during the week that most of his powerlifting career has been based around injury and or like coming back from injury. And I asked you to prepare some hot takes as well.
Yes.
yeah.
So we'll start off with the questions first, and then we'll get on to a bit of hot takes and Instagram questions, which I took way too late to post, so we didn't get very many. But hopefully, Bobby doesn't turn this into a over 2 hour podcast.
I know Sam Clyde was pumping in some questions.
Yeah, Sam, Tom, Braden sent
Yeah,
in questions.
very good, very good.
Better than reading out 20 piss take ones. So I actually think there's like one. Yeah, there's one question that's not serious, but we'll
Oh,
get to that
really?
in a bit. Yeah.
That's
So
that's surprising.
since this is a joint episode, I've got questions for both of you, and then I've got a section for Sophie, and then a section for George, and then some more questions for both of you, and then we'll go on to hot takes. So I'll just say which section we're on, really, because it
Yeah.
was sort of annoying to sort out the doc, but got there eventually. And then for the questions for both of yous, whoever wants to say or answer first, I'll let that be decided between you both. Uh, but before we go into that, do you just want to introduce yourselves to anybody who maybe doesn't know you in the NIB?
Sophie, take it away.
Yeah, sure. So my name is obviously Sophie Louise McMullan. I have been back into powerlifting for the last year and have moved from the 84 plus kg class to the under 84s, and I've recently done the small nations in Luxembourg and been invited to Commonwealths for September. I'm not a very interesting person, to be honest.
Neither am I.
I've
Lies,
just come back
lies,
into the
both of you.
powerlifting. I've only come back into powerlifting for the past year, so yeah, I don't think I'm very well known by any means, but
What about you, George?
Well, I'm I'm George. You might know me as George SPD on Instagram. Firstly, I'm 24 years old and I've been competing the last 4 years. My first three competitions actually weren't in Northern Ireland. They were all over in England. So if anyone's looking me up on Open Powerlifting, actually my home is registered as England,
Yeah.
which is actually really annoying. I can't lie. Like I'm going to be going representing NI at the Commonwealth, but registered as England. But first three competitions were in over in England, which was Taylor Strength Battle of the Universities in Liverpool, and then a qualifying comp for British University Championships in January of 2023, and then into books in April. And that is where the injuries started to kick in. And altogether, in a 4 year career, I've only had five competitions, which is like I was prepping last night and looking back, I was like, holy shit, man! Like
Yeah.
five competitions in 4 years is very low.
Yeah, very low. And Bobby seems to be vibing, but I'm going to mention him. He's competing, 13 competitions in 3 years?
Yeah, which is crazy.
11?
11.
11 in 3 years. Something like that.
Unreal.
Three or four. Four. Right.
This guy, man. This guy.
It's just sign language.
Here, can I just put out there? If I just burst out laughing, I'm looking at Bobby.
Oh yeah, same. I've just like been smiling a wee bit
It's
because
no,
I'm
like
looking at Bobby.
it's not real. It's not real. Like I'm just like
Yeah.
getting into, getting comfortable on the podcast, and he's just
Yeah. Yeah.
talking.
The same thing
Not
happened
real.
because whenever we were in for the Dean podcast, we're getting about off topic. We were in for the Dean podcast, and Charlie was like 10 minutes awake, and he was just sat staring at the camera nearly, and I kept looking at him. And I was trying to keep a straight face, but good jokes anyway. Like the Bobby thing's gonna make a good laugh. But yeah. Jump into the first question, which is pretty simple. How did you first get into powerlifting, and what made you stick with it?
I'll
Okay,
go.
yeah.
So
Well, just Sophie, you can take it away for like the whole thing, and then I'll go after you, sure, just to save any confusion.
yeah, sure. That's okay. So I actually had my first competition back in 2021. I kind of like dabbled in. I wouldn't have even called myself a powerlifter, but there was a girl at my gym in Ballycastle who was doing strength training and training squat, bench, and deadlift, and I was like, do you know what? I have not been increasing any of my lifts, and I was solely just doing it for strength at the time and just to work out. So I was like, I'm gonna hit her up and see if anything comes of it. And we had our first session, and I got a deadlift PR in the first session, and I kind of like realized in that moment that I'm actually really strong, and I've just been using like the wrong programs and the wrong warm-ups and stuff. So from there I was like, do you know what? There's a competition coming up. Like I had no idea about powerlifting or the community or competitions or anything like that. She has a couple records down south, so she kind of knew more about it. So she had signed me up for this competition. Now I have no idea. I don't even know. It was like, was it in Cookstown, I think,
What
in
comp was
Orange
it?
Gym. I can't remember. It was back in 2021, but it was, I think it was Orange Gym. Wait, is that Cookstown or Larne? I can't remember.
Was it the NI Open?
I think so. Yeah, Orange Gym. Yeah, it was in Cookstown.
Funnily enough, it's not saying it's not saying where it was for some reason.
I think it
Not
was.
on open powerlifting, but it probably was.
Yeah, no, it's Orange Gym, Cookstown, and I had competed in my first competition there and placed like 5th out of all the women that had competed. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then I left. I didn't want to compete again, not for any certain reason. I kind of just wanted to like train and get stronger. I had no kind of like motivation to, I don't even know if motivation is the right word, but to compete again. So I was just grinding away in the gym, doing what I do best, squat, bench, and deadlift. And then I fell pregnant in 2022 with my now almost 3-year-old daughter, which is absolutely crazy. And I kind of I was still training in SBD while I was pregnant. I wouldn't have called myself a powerlifter at that point, but I was doing what I could. And I actually hit a 170 deadlift, which whenever I was 5 weeks pregnant, but I did not know I was pregnant at the time, which is absolutely bonkers to me. And I have the video still, and I'm like, that's crazy. It was actually in Evolution Gym where I'm now like training as a powerlifter, so just like come full circle. But I suffered with like some pelvic pain during pregnancy, so I had to stop working out, which sucked. But then I took a year off after she was born, and I was like, you know what? Like I need to get back into the gym. And I was initially going to go in to the gym and just try to gain some strength back. It wasn't necessarily to do with starting back at powerlifting or anything like that, but my kind of idea was I just need to get back into the gym and start exercising. And that's where I met Brandon. Well, I met him before that, but he had started up his like coaching business, and I was like, do you know what? Let's get together. Let's kind of talk things through, see if there's anything that we can do. And he actually had mentioned the first competition, which was an evolution for 2020. Oh my god, what year was that? It was last year in March.
I should have kept the page open.
Sorry, I'm terrible with dates and stuff, but it was last March.
Yeah.
So basically a year ago, and he was like, "Let's do that." I'm like, "Yeah, go, let's do it." It was something for me to work towards, so it kind of kept me motivated. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have like had the motivation to go into the gym, with a 1-year-old at the time. So we did that, and it was a really good result. I think I came out with a gold for my first competition back. I then got an invite to Nats, where I placed third, and then I got a reserve invite for Home Nations, and then I did the Christmas comp where I got first, and then I got an invite to Small Nations. So basically, from the very first competition back in March of 2025,
Yep.
it kind of just went from there. And like, I was thinking about this the other day. Never in between was there a thought about like, should I do this? Should I keep doing this? Is there a reason why I shouldn't do this? It kind of just came naturally. And I was just like, this is obviously where like I'm meant to go or meant to be. And I've had these conversations with Brandon as well. And it just kind of all fell into place. And then I've just never looked back. And now I pride myself in being, a mother who powerlifts and is an international athlete. So
Pretty cool
it's
title.
fucking great. Sorry if that went on for ages, but
Trust me, I've had longer yaps. And
oh, I don't doubt that. The gym yaps that we have, Jesus, nothing can be longer than them.
Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I just said the gym yaps. There's nothing that can be longer than them.
Oh yeah. Once you get to know Peter Bridges, then you'll understand what I mean.
Really?
Yeah.
Johnny, you already know Sam Clyde.
Yeah, true.
Once you put Sam Clyde, Lewis Owen, myself, and Sophie in not even just the gym, any situation,
Anywhere.
we could be there for hours.
Oh, what was it? First time I ever spoke to Sam in person was in the changing room in the Christmas Classic comp, and I think we just yapped for 15 minutes straight. And the only time we
That is
ever
what he
spoke was
said, actually.
online.
Yeah, because he was
What he
talking
said.
about you to us in the gym in a good way, by the way. No,
Yeah.
nothing bad was said. He was like, I'm up against this boy Johnny Ross, and he's got this deadlift and this bench and this squat, and he was so excited to meet you. So
He was blazing you, Johnny.
I was excited.
He was blazing you.
I was excited to meet everybody.
Oh, Christmas comp was
He was
great.
blazing you. I think he has a little crush on you, to be honest. Oh my god, Johnny's gonna play Rocket League with me. Oh my god.
I'll show him the ways of the deadlift, trust.
Yes.
What about you, George? How did you first get into powerlifting, and what made you stick with it?
I started. Firstly, I started at the gym whenever I was 16 and didn't actually start powerlifting until I was 20. My first competition was whenever I was 20. But what got me into the gym was actually I was competing in athletics at school, and I was just scrolling through Instagram. They didn't have reels at this time, by the way. Oh shit. Does that make me like pure unk? Like this is like 2017, 2018 fucking Instagram.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think that's only a recent thing, yeah. So
But I seen a video of this guy in the gym, and it was like the fastest rugby sevens player like ever. I can't remember his name, but he represented USA, and I was like, nah, I want to get fast as hell. So I got into the gym like and started training like explosively for that. And then I didn't go back to school, so there was no way for me to like compete in athletics anymore, unfortunately. So I just kept going to the gym and just enjoying the process, blah blah blah. I dabbled a bit like in and out of, well, not dabbled actually, like I did boxing as well. I done a whole range of sports growing up. So I did but I still enjoy, what the fuck is going on? Teams just opened for me. What the hell? Like, oh my, what? It's just popping up. Why is this doing this?
We can still see it.
Anyway,
Don't worry.
Yeah.
that's good. I just we'll forget about it. But boxing and gym was a major part of like my life for the 2 years that I was in tech/college, and COVID kicked in 2020, which just wiped. Like I didn't have any access to anything. I had some weights at home, but like went up to 40 kilos. Like you were doing like sets of 20 just to hit some sort of stimulus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
40 kilos. But yeah, the rest of the year went on. I started uni and just decided, you know what, I can't do any sports right now for COVID restrictions. I'll just see if I can go to the gym, continue gymming,
That's
blah, blah,
Bobby.
blah, blah. What's that?
That's
Oh,
Bobby.
there it is. Yeehaw.
He's
The
still on the
cowboy
tractor.
himself.
Right, continue.
That was attractive. Fit me. I'm waiting for someday this boy to pull up on a horse.
Alright, continue.
But I just honestly like I just found the gym, fell in love with the gym. Oh my god, this guy. I'm gonna just like block him out of my mind.
Just cover the screen.
I got called
He's
to
not
do
there.
another
Oh
job.
my god.
Right.
You need to get meta glasses for Bobby, man. I feel like Bobby
What's the
Cyclist, but
Winnipeg?
like,
What's the Winnipeg?
but I fell in love with the gym during my first year at uni, whenever everything settled down. And over summer, um, I can't even remember when I think it was like either 2019 or 2020 Commonwealth Powerlifting Championships were, and there was a local guy called Matthew Carton. Shout out Matthew, by the way. He's oh, I love that guy. Like words can't express how much I love that guy. But he was a major inspiration for me actually starting powerlifting because he was representing Northern Ireland on a world stage. And in 2019, 2020, at least for me anyway, this was like very, very unheard of. And he lived in a town maybe 10 minutes away from me. So I was like, oh shit, like being an international athlete isn't like that like out of reach. If someone else
Yeah.
can do it, I like surely I can do it. So blah blah blah. Get to my second year of uni, and there's a powerlifting society that has been formed. I immediately sign up, start training with the guys, and over my second year, training, have my first competition. And in my first competition, it was all like Wilks based because the Battle of the Unis, so many like it was very varied with weight classes. My goal going in was just be better than average. There was 20 lifters. I wanted to be top 10, and I went in and I smashed it. I came third, and these were like really big guys, like 83s pulling like 250 and stuff like that. And I was just a small 66, uh, 180 deadlift, 185, something like that, I think. And I came third. I podiumed in my first ever competition, which was such a confidence boost for me at the time. And I honestly fell in love with the sport, and not even just the sport itself. It's more like the community behind me because there were so many friends that like backed me, and I just fell in love with powerlifting since then, and it's never left. No matter what sort of setback, injury has been thrown at me over the years, like the love for the game has never left since then.
Fair enough. Um, was representing Northern Ireland always a goal, or did it happen quicker than you expected? I think this is more for Sophie, I'd say.
It was never like never ever talked about it until kind of after nationals, where Brandon was like, you know, home nations is coming up. You could potentially get an invite for that. And then I got the reserve, and then the small nations invite came up. So it was never something that I had ever imagined. Ever imagined when I did my first competition back in March. Like ever, I was just, like I said, I was kind of just getting a motivator to get back into the gym, and then it just came after one after the other.
Just
But
came
it was
naturally.
I never ever expected it. Like, I'm going to be honest, whenever I got back into powerlifting, I didn't even kind of really understand it all. Like, you know, if someone had said to me back in March, you know, you could compete to represent your company. Oh my gosh, your country. I'd be like, what's that? Like, what do you mean? How do you do that? Like, I knew nothing. So no, it was never in the books ever. But yeah, it is now. It's now that I've got, you know, I've been to small nations and got an invite to Commonwealth. I want to, you know, go big or go home, like go on the world stage one day. Hopefully, that's now the goal. You know, why should
Yeah.
I lower the expectations now if I've clearly
Just
got
keep
something
pushing.
in me that can do it?
Yeah. What about you, George? Like, especially after coming back, I don't know a lot about the injury you had between, or like leading up to the Spring Classic, but how do you feel about getting selected for Northern Ireland, like coming back after a year or a year and a half, more so, from what it's seeing on open powerlifting, and then
Firstly,
getting selected?
I must say I'm so proud to represent Northern Ireland. Like it's like the last couple of weeks just has really put into like perspective like how much it means to me, like just representing home and where I'm from. It means so much, like not just representing the country, but like on a smaller scale, like everyone who supports like in whatever way, like it does mean so much to represent Northern Ireland. I'm definitely excited for Commonwealth. We're like 11-ish weeks out now. And it's just
Something like that.
I think so. Well, I compete on
Um,
the 20th of September anyway.
1, 2, 3,
I think it's around 10. That's not.
something like that.
Oh, shush.
Yeah.
I've 4 week block, 5 week block, and then 1
Yeah,
week
because we're at the
rest.
start of July, so 8 weeks from now would be the start of September. So add a week or two, so maybe 9-10 weeks, I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my god.
whatever. It feels so real. It's like this is exactly where I've dreamt of being since the day I started started actually competing all those years ago, and it feels so good to finally get what I dreamt of.
Yeah. Now for the Sophie section, um, George, you can sit back and just listen for a bit, I guess, because
Yes.
I think it's just easier to go on one person to another. For the first question, Sophie, what's the toughest part of coming back postpartum
Oh,
or after giving birth?
trying to like juggle the time that I put into powerlifting and the time of being a mother, and trying to find the balance between those, because like I will always be a mother first, no matter what. If I ever have to give up powerlifting to be a better mother, that is what I will do. But coming
Yeah.
back into powerlifting and it taking up, you know, 4 nights a week of my time, which, you know, as you know, powerlifting sessions can take quite a while in the gym as it is. And then, like, for me, I put my daughter down to bed, go to the gym. I'm there until the gym closes. I go home, bed, up again the next morning at like 6, 7 o'clock. So trying to find that balance to be a great. I completely
Oh, did
missed
he just
that.
do it? Oh, I missed it too.
Me and body in
This guy is
sync
20,
as
by
well.
the way. What? I'm the youngest
Oh my
here,
God.
by the way.
It's okay, I'm the oldest, so. But yeah, trying to find that balance of being a great mother and a great athlete is extremely difficult. But he is pissing himself. But I think I've found a good balance, and it is really tough most days. I can't lie, but the reason behind me, continuing to do powerlifting because even though it's so hard, is because of my daughter. So that is what keeps me going. No matter how hard it is. She's my little motivator. And there's actually a video. I was going up for I think it was my third squat in IPF Nats 25, and you can hear my daughter in the background saying "Go, mommy!" And oh my God, it's so amazing.
You need to send me this video, man. How have I not seen it?
Really?
I've
it's
actually
on the
never
stream
seen
as
that.
well. Oh my God, I will send it to you
God.
after. I love it.
Adorable.
She was the only voice I heard in the whole crowd as well. It's crazy
God.
how that works,
So cute. Oh.
Then, have you found that you're mentally tougher now than you were before coming a mum? Like having to juggle having a child as well, rather than just being able to go to the gym and not having any sort of, or less of a person relying on you?
Oh, 1,000%. They both kind of bleed into each other in a great way, because the mental kind of attitude I have in the gym to perform well, and then bringing that home and having that same mental attitude to be a great mother and to what I'm trying to say, they both basically bleed into each other. Whenever I'm being a mother, I'm trying to teach her the same kind of values about sticking to your dreams, and even if it's hard, you can still do it. You can do hard things. And then in the gym, I would say to myself, I don't know if this is the right answer. I might be going off topic here.
No, it's alright.
But now more so than ever after becoming a mother, you don't really have time to think, so you just kind of do. So that's another thing that's made me a lot mentally stronger. And then I'm really thankful for that, because I'm such a procrastinator. So to just do and then get the achievement after, and not have to second guess myself or sit down and think about it for too long, it's really nice. Yeah.
Or dilly dally, if you will.
Yes, exactly. And then it helps me try to get home in a good time to get sleep, to do all
to
the
get
day
up the
after.
next morning. Yeah. I don't even know if this is sort of the same question, but they're all sort of that these three are sort of combined. Has becoming a mom changed the way you approach training or competing, and how do you balance that? Which I think we've sort of covered. Would you say?
It would just be just similar to what I said before about she is my reason, so that helps me show up every day in the gym. That helps me get through my sessions. A lot of people have different rituals before they're at certain lifts and stuff. So she would be my thoughts before I get under the bar or whatnot. So yeah, just literally being a mom and being a powerlifter are just one to me now.
Yeah.
They. Yeah. I hope I answered that. Okay.
Because whenever you went off topic in the second question, it sort of bled into the third.
Yeah,
but it's alright. The question's a bit wordy, but it's mainly just about getting your first cap at Small Nations, and what was that experience like? How was going to an international comp for the first time, representing Northern Ireland, and like any like fun bits or just like fun moments that are memorable?
From going to small nations?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was my dad traveled over with me to small nations, and it was the first time that my dad had ever been on a plane. So that was really nice to share that with him. And it was the first, no, it wasn't the first competition he's seen. He was at NIPF Nats, and that was like the first time I seen my dad cry. Like, it was really special. And then the same thing at small nations. Like, he has videos of me, and I seen him in the audience like crying, which was really nice because growing up, me and my dad didn't have the best relationship, so that was
Yeah.
a really nice experience. And honestly, just being like in the same place as other people who have like the same interests, you know, all it being powerlifting, was really nice to just get to know everyone better, really.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Bobby remembers whenever I literally had went to the shop one morning to get a bunch of stuff like carbs and stuff, and he had put into the chat, is anyone getting stuff at the shop? It was like before he competed, and I was like, here, I've just got stuff, you take this. And then he just exchanged the flavor, oh my god, the flavor. So it was really nice to see everyone was there for everybody else.
Yeah. It's like I'm here, by the way, guys. If you're listening on audio,
Don't worry,
I'm
we're
still here.
watching.
When you go to any international competition, I think I've been to a couple now. Sun City was really cool in South Africa, and then Luxembourg again. It's like you're just walking around and you can just pick out that everyone's has the same interest and everyone's
Yeah.
into lifting a bar up and down 3 times, which is really cool because you can instantly connect. I think powerlifters, it's really easy to make friends. If you walk into a powerlifting gym, automatically like the 5 or 6 people there are already mates with you. But yeah, favors were, yeah. I appreciated the water and the croissants and all.
Yeah,
I went down to the shop before my competition, and it was closed after I had spent about an hour chatting to Daniel Allen and Lisa Bell while we were drinking, and they were offering me pints the night before competition, by the way.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Really?
No, they weren't. But yeah, Sophie came in clutch with carbohydrates.
That's the moment I was just like, yes, let me help. Anyone needs anything, I will help. I can't help it. It's just literally built in me now.
Because you know he'd return the favor.
No, not even. I just have like that instinct to help. That's something else that's, you know, after coming back after being a mother, seeing everyone in the gym or at a competition, like I'm sure other people can say the same. In the NIPF, you know, any other moms who compete, whenever we're watching, like, especially like the juniors and sub juniors compete, it's so nerve wracking because you just want to like, you're like, oh my god, I'm just praying they don't hurt themselves.
Yeah.
It's just the thought that's going through my head.
It is. It's so weird because when you're powerlifting, it's like you have 15 mothers around you. Like,
yeah.
Just these figures that sort of step in and be really nice and supportive and stuff, and like Sophie would be floating about, I know Nicholl would be floating about, and
Stephanie, you and Stephanie are close too, aren't you?
Yeah, I think everyone just takes that role. It's really appreciated sometimes because yeah.
Always
we don't need the NIPF coaching team, just bring the mothers. That's what I gathered from this.
Daniel Allen is a mother.
Reese Evans is now a mother.
Nah.
And then kind of along the same lines, Sophie, being selected for Commonwealth, how did it feel getting that call for your second cap?
It was so amazing to like get. I remember getting the invite, but I had seen George got the invite first, and he put it in the chat, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to check my emails, and it was there, and I was like, I literally was like bouncing around my house, like, I freaking did it, like, this is amazing. And there was obviously a bit of worry as well about the expenses to go there, but it didn't outweigh the happiness and the how proud I felt of myself in that moment. So
I'd still be turning around and just being like, oh, I got selected. Oh, but you can't go, but I got selected.
well, yeah, it's freaking expensive, but it is so worth it.
Yeah, like,
It really is.
Bobby's nodding his head, like, yeah. Same guy who went for 3 minutes on the platform. The Canada, or the South Africa.
Honestly, best 3 minutes of my life. It was.
Wait, I don't. What's the lore? I did not.
And now he's going for 12 minutes in Canada.
Oh, no. 15. I'm bench only as well.
No.
Anyway, yes. So, South Africa was.
No, it's 12.
You pay for the experience, and the experience is almost better than the lifting itself. I think just being around those people and just like making those memories and actually like representing your country is just, and traveling for powerlifting is really cool. You get the opportunity is a real privilege.
Yeah. Bobby, do you not know how to do maths? Because you get 3 lifts in a bench only, and you get 9 lifts in a fill power.
No, yes.
So it's 12.
I'm occupied.
Second year of uni, by the way.
3rd year. Thank you.
That's even worse.
I do want to say as well, just along the same lines about like everyone coming together. I'm sure other mothers could say the same thing. After having a baby, it's very hard to make friends again, especially those with the same interests as you. So coming into powerlifting and instantly having like, you know, in our gym anyway, those people that have the same interests as you and don't judge you for anything and accept you, you know, as a mother in my case, it's really nice to know that like that support is there no matter what. Especially after coming back, you know, postpartum, if that makes any sense at all.
Then I've got 2 more questions for your section. First one is, do you think the fitness industry has become better at supporting postpartum women, or is there still a long way to go?
It's gotten better, but there is still a long way to go. So I am not extremely familiar about what it used to be like, because, you know, I've only been a mother for nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen in the powerlifting and the fitness industry is a lot of women have been like, there's a lot of PTs out there that specialize now in like pelvic floor like treatment. I don't know if that's the right word for it. And like core strength, getting your core strength back after having a baby. Like I do see that a lot, which is amazing. And I do see like small PT groups of mums and stuff, but there's kind of like a stigma around it as well, because a lot of people, what's what word I'm looking for? Hold on a second. I was going somewhere with that and then I just blanked out.
Don't worry.
Basically it has come a ways, but there's still a lot to go, because there's a lot that still needs to be researched, and not every postpartum woman is the same and can just come back into the gym and just train anything. Like there needs to be more research done on it so that there can be some kind of qualifications that people, that, you know, personal trainers can learn, so that they can specialize, you know, certain women that are postpartum. Like,
Yeah.
you know, for example, let's say a powerlifting coach has 20 clients, 2 of which are females who don't have children, and then they get, you know, a new client that is a mother, a freshly postpartum mother. Like, they cannot be trained the same way as the other females can, because they're just different body, different mindset as well. So there is still a lot of ways to go, but obviously if there's a market there, then maybe I should start. Maybe it should be me.
It's actually weird because this is starting to get a trend because Dean was talking about it last Wednesday and I've got Nicholl on Thursday.
Yeah.
About pregnancy, so this is just the pregnancy period of the episodes. But Dean was saying like he was very lucky whenever he had Jenny Wilson because Lana has experience in programming and like sort of coaching with pregnant women.
Yeah.
I think that's what he said, but just along the lines of that, and that was a good tool for him to have. Not saying Lana's a tool, by the way, but just like a good sort of connection.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just convenient. Yeah.
Did you see Nicholl hit 140 deadlift, by the way?
She hit what?
A 140 deadlift.
I did actually.
She's amazing. What a woman.
She's wild.
I know.
There'll be normal people telling her that she shouldn't be lifting that while 32 weeks pregnant. But if you do it right, then
there.
If you do it right, then like if you do it right, then it's perfectly fine.
All prep for her because she has 2 children. Like, I find it hard with 1 children, and she has 2, soon to be 3. So she is an amazing woman.
And then she won nationals in her weight class as well.
Yeah, I know.
And that's with like a 20 kilo dip or 20 kilo less squat than her PR or something.
Yeah, I had remembered watching the stream and I had seen that
Sam were so confused.
Yeah, I was like, she didn't have a belt on. I was like, is she okay? Is she injured or something? But no, Sam had mentioned that.
Yeah, because we were sat right beside Josh. And
yeah,
Josh turned around it was like she was pregnant.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, she's an amazing woman.
Yeah. I actually can't wait to speak to her on Thursday, but today is about use. One more question before we move on to George. What advice would you give to coaches working with postpartum athletes, if you have any?
Just educate yourself as much as possible and get lots of feedback on the postpartum client to, you know, gain more experience for the future, because it's all well and good, you know, getting a qualification in that, but real life experience and you know, going
actual practical knowledge.
So yeah, exactly, is much better, and hopefully I've been able to help Brandon with that along the way as well.
I'd say so too. Now on the George.
Woo-hoo.
Now he doesn't have to sit and be quiet.
Sorry, George.
We'll jump straight in. George, what's been your most significant injury? Because I haven't actually heard about, or what's your most significant, and then could you list what injuries you've had, because we never really covered it in person.
Well, actually, I've got 2 like significant. And all the other ones are like not as severe.
Just sort of tweaks.
But first one I would say, well, first and probably the worst was last summer, 5 days out before NI Nationals. Can I just say I was aiming to go to British Nats with this. The old qualifying procedure was win your class, gain 80 GL points for each home nation. You get an automatic invite, because it's like first 3 went to podium finishers from last year. The next 4 went to home nation winners with 80 GL. So that's how I seen my ticket in. So yep, 5 days out. doing deload squats. Not even joking. My first set, I had 165 in my back, and I actually can't remember. I really wish I videoed it. I remember actually in the gym, and I was like, "Should I video this? Nah, just a deload squat." So unrack the bar, and I actually can't even remember what happened, but
Tell them about the song as well, George.
yeah, you were there
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, I just was like stepping out, and I don't know if my heel of my squat shoes actually like caught in the ground as I was
Yeah.
stepping out with the mats like maybe being up, or I just underestimated like how close my foot was to the ground. But I just went over my ankle with 165 in my back, and my ankle took the full sheer
Wait.
force
Yeah.
of that, and the adrenaline was like pumping in, but like I was still in pain at the time. But I remember like yeah, that was very severe.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
And the other one was what November 2023. I I didn't get an official diagnosis from it, but a physio told me on the day it was either like I tore my trap or I partially tore my trap, and couldn't I couldn't like look to the right like this here. It still flares up every now and then, so it does. But that was that was rough as hell.
Mm.
Really rough as hell, to be honest. Um, yeah, dark times, bro.
Yeah. Another way you said you basically sort of hinted that you're injury prone.
Mhm.
Do you think it's a weight class issue, or is there like any underlying thing, do you think, that it
Um,
could be?
I have. Hold on. I do have notes here, and I'll see if I can. I actually don't think it is a weight class issue. To be fair, a lot of people have said over the years like, "Oh, I stopped having injuries whenever I pumped up the weight and stuff." But like,
Yeah.
I I don't think it's been that. Like my first ever injury in powerlifting was my dumbass squatting with someone taller than me and missing the rack. So
Oh,
160, like
Oh,
fucking,
God.
like you imagine a barbell just fucking zoop,
yeah.
rotator cuff. Like that is my own fault for just
Yeah.
thinking I can squat with someone bigger whenever it's heavy weight. And then like second down the line, I was just doing weighted dips. Technique wasn't there. Shoulder flared up again. Third injury actually was at the British University Championships, and that
Yeah.
was just from I squatted 180 at that comp, and it flared up after. I like no technique issues. I think it was just like maybe I just had to sink it, so my like hip joint or whatever hip flexors and stuff was just like stretched out of like its normal zone, if you get me,
Yeah.
with
I have his
like
range of
the
motion.
sheer weight of it. Um, I wouldn't no, honestly, I wouldn't say it's anything to do with. It's just been like nothing to do with weight class or anything. Maybe just a series of unfortunate events. To be honest,
Yeah.
like maybe earlier on in career, like silly mistakes, but as we like go a bit later down the line, it does seem to be just very unfortunate events happening to me.
Yeah. Like, oh, there's Bobby.
What? There he
Uh,
is.
is he on the laptop this time, or is he still on the tractor? Oh, he's in the house.
Okay.
Oh, right.
I am.
You just joined at the end of a question, so
Okay.
He'll
we'll
get
go on
the
to the
vibe.
next
He'll
one,
get the
George.
vibe. Yeah.
How has your approach to training changed because of injuries from unfortunate events?
Um, I'll just say I'm very. It's just. I guess you could say it's just made me a safer, better lifter. Like every time I step into the gym, like I don't know what could happen like
Yeah.
in that
You-
session, and it just
You'll
makes me
take it for granted.
so. Yeah, it just makes training and more enjoyable because I'm like I know what it's been like to be injured and like like last summer whenever I like hurt my ankle, I lost my summer essentially.
Yeah.
I couldn't drive, I couldn't see friends. I was just sitting in a depression hole with my foot up in a cast.
Yeah.
And it just makes me so appreciative that I can move my body in ways
Yeah.
that I want to, and like it just makes me like appreciative, I guess, to like just
Yeah.
powerlift. Like I love the sport, and yeah, honestly, I don't take any training session for granted.
Yeah.
So if anything, like every time I step in the gym, I know I'm definitely giving it my all, and even like stuff like sleep, nutrition, recovery, like I'm trying to give my body the best chance at recovery
Yeah.
because like just with my history, like I know how quickly everything can be taken from me.
Yeah. I think that's also like a lesson that a lot of lifters should be. I'm not saying people should get injured to learn this, but they should be more knowledgeable of like not taking a session for granted and not thinking they're invincible per se.
Even like proper warm-ups and like just
Yeah.
how important technique is. You'll see a lot of like lifters just go in fucking, oh, I don't have time for a full session today. I'll just load my top set
Yeah.
or
Like
skip warm-ups and stuff whenever
or Nojo
they're
method.
so important.
I see a lot of people do Nojo method, but not
Yeah,
everybody's
nah,
gonna be jumping red to red to red to red.
He
And
hell
doesn't
no.
even red. He just
or
jumps.
jump like 50 to 100 kilos, or just jump
Is this
straight to
the
the
guy
top
that
set from
does
the
like one
120.
rep?
That's your English guy who pulled 400. Not so
Yeah.
Chinye.
Method?
Basically just jumping stupid warm-ups.
Oh,
But
fair.
his jumps are
Not-
representative of the percentage that he lifts. Like a 50-kilo jump for him is a 25-kilo jump for you.
Yeah.
So you take it into account that his whatever 300-kilo to 350 is like your 170 to 200,
Mm.
which is very normal for you.
Like I could see some videos where he could start at 220 warm-up, which is just very unrealistic for a lot of people.
Mhm.
He's the minority that you
Yeah.
don't try and be.
But yeah, back to taking sessions for granted really, and warming up properly, and injury prevention and keeping your mobility
Yeah.
fine is definitely a very important thing that people don't really look near.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It may be.
the thing is, like, injury prevention doesn't even just come in the form of preparing yourself for the movement. It comes with your sleep. It comes with your
Yeah. Yeah.
it comes with the steps. Yeah, it comes with
100%.
stress that you're experiencing over the week. Pain and injuries is a very complex thing that has a lot of factors playing
Yeah.
into it. So not just oh, you need to warm up a wee bit better on squats. It can be, and
Yeah.
it some cases are definitely like that, but a lot of the times people need to look at factors
Yeah.
outside of the gym.
But they'll know to look
For sure.
at the external factors if they're doing all the warm-ups that they're meant to, they're feeling good in their sessions. But something happens outside, or if something happens in the gym that isn't necessarily caused by lack of warm-ups, then they could look to their maybe sleep, nutrition, stress,
Exactly.
etc.
Exactly.
But if you know, I'd say, Bobby, if you know that you have certain things nailed, it's easier to narrow it down. Would you say?
100%. Like
Yeah.
a few of my lifters, like they came to me in pain and they're looking for this magic potion or this magic solution, and it's not that. It's okay. Let's look into how many hours a night you're sleeping. Let's look at your deadlift form. Let's correct that. Let's start hinging properly, and it's a lot of factors into looking at that, and it's not just the one thing. You should look at it from a life perspective and a training perspective instead of just a hone in to one thing.
Yeah.
Very true.
Then what question are we on? If you have any, George, what's the biggest mistake that you've made when coming back from injury? If you've made any.
Well, honestly, I can't think of any off the top of my head. The last time, last summer, whenever I got injured, Brandon helped me through it, and he got me in touch with the team physio or DBD. So we like really eased into it, like coming back from injury. Like with like my first block with Brandon in September, like was literally just upper and a few like leg isolation movements. And then the next block was like safety bar squats, just slowly progressing and still doing like my rehab that I was given by the physio. Like I didn't do barbell squatting back and like until I'm pretty sure it was November. So like it was
Oh.
just really slow. And even like the mental attitude towards that, like actually getting underneath the bar was so scary. Like it was just anytime, honestly, I went near that ATX track where it happened, it was just
Yeah.
flashbacks, you know?
Like whenever I first trained with Brad and Shannon King in Gainforth, I think Bobby will know about this, but he sent into the group chat. I was deadlifting in the other room at one point, but it was one of the ER racks or like the Gainforth branded rack that was like right beside where the power racks are in Gainforth. And he tried to re-rack a squat and it bounced off
Yeah.
whenever he
And,
re-racked it, and one side didn't go on, one side went on, so he nearly hurt himself, and then I never used that rack for like the next 2 or 3 times I was in
Yeah.
Gainforth.
That's just you from like watching it as well.
Yeah.
Just puts the fear in you, like.
Yeah. Then I didn't use the Eleiko rack in my gym for a while after the same thing happened to me. But now I use the Eleiko rack all the time. So
You need to slowly implement the things that you're afraid to do back into your training. You can't just have
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
fear.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did that. Hurt. Like people will get hurt deadlifting because they don't deadlift properly,
Yeah.
and then they'll deadlift again because they attribute that to the movement. But if they've got a weak back, so they need a deadlift, and if you deadlift less, you'll have a worse back, and
Yeah.
it's just a repetitive cycle that you need to break.
Yeah.
Psychologically, even if it is just taking that first step and doing like a 20-kilo RDL.
Yeah, and it even means like you're breaking through weaknesses as well. Like being scared of a rack or being scared of a certain movement, like you're doing that again and building that back up, you're just gonna not have that weakness anymore after a while. But we'll move swiftly on to the next question. How do repeated injuries affect your confidence under the bar? If they affect it.
It's a great question, actually. Bluntly, they don't. Like at the time, yes, it's like, oh shit, like I've just fucked my rotator cuff.
Yeah.
I can't bench now. My bench is gonna take a shot. But like I know like if I rehab it well and I look after myself and sleep well and look after my nutrition, take the right steps, like I'll be back no time. Like it's just
Yeah.
a matter of time and doing the right things. I'll be back to normal soon.
Yeah. And
Maybe that's like an attitude that I've like gained over the last like I don't know like while I guess I don't know.
yeah.
But, like just because I've had that many injuries, like it's just one of those. It's like I know I can come back from this. It's going to be okay.
Yeah. It's just fall down
Yeah.
9 times, get up the
Good
10th.
mentality. Good mentality.
you're-
Like that.
You're in the minority of those people because most people would most people would, like, if they got injured under 170-kilo squat, they would attribute that weight to an injury, and then psychologically they would build all of this importance around this one weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas it should just be go in, get the momentum, get back to your baseline, and surpass it. But like people are in tears when they have to come up from when they squat X amount of weight that they got injured under, because it's sort of that feeling of overcoming and
Yeah.
knowing that you've that process.
Yeah. That was me for the longest time, like coming up for my peak into the March competition. Like I'm 165 was like one of the first weights around that, and I was like, I worked for this. This is week one weight. Let's go fucking smash it, and smashed it. And I was in the ITX rack like that entire. We knew we were, because the competition was actually in Evolution. Like we got to choose what rack was going to be used. So I primarily just trained in the rack we were going to use for the competition.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just one of those,
Did
like,
you
as you say, like,
rack?
what's that?
Did you choose the ATX rack to be the competition rack?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
It was the same last year too.
I know that. I benched on it last year.
What would you have preferred?
Well-
The ER?
Oh, give me a nice soft pad.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of a bench.
Mm.
Oh,
The only time I ever trained in the ATX rack was the week out, so when that was up again fourth.
Hard pad. Harry can't
Oh,
hack
yeah.
it. Harry can't hack that ATX pad. It's too hard for him.
Surely if I can hack it, he can hack it. In the Lego.
Need a bigger back.
Mm.
I remember I was actually like, me and Lewis were commentating at the comp. I think Brandon came over to chat to us, so I turned my mic down on the stream. I was just like yapping to Brandon. Then I turned around and he's just fucking dead on the bench. I was like, wait a
No,
minute.
I'll take press. It was bad.
Oh, they're so weird.
I gave
Oh,
him
man.
I gave him the handout for it, and he just seen it come down, and it just came towards his neck, and it just started running towards the bar.
Oh, so rough.
Oh.
So rough. But in that prep, I did at the time, by the way, my best squat was 190, which I had hit in the gym, by the way. Like so in that prep, I hit 197 squat, and just all the emotions from like the years, like over the years of like injuries and setbacks just all hit me at once. And I just burst into tears on the floor. Sophie, you were actually there. You seen that? Like
Yeah.
that was a very emotional prep for me leading up to March, because it was like, I don't know, there was like a few records on the line. I felt like I finally had the chance to prove myself, and I put a lot of pressure on myself for this comp. And like with
Pay
all the
off.
injuries and stuff, like I did want to, yeah, exactly. I did want to like make a statement within like the Northern Ireland powerlifting community. So whenever I like final heavy week of that prep was a plus 7.5 kilo squat PR, like I was the emotions just hit me at once. And I must actually say, I've been hit on for crying in the gym. And a lot of people like in the gym have been hit on, myself and Brandon, and it is annoying because like we care, we care. It's a
Yeah.
big part of our lives, and
I don't get why people
it's
would
just annoying. Like I just feel like
do
we need
that.
to like a lot more people need to open their mind to like what's going on. Like
Yeah.
if said person was in my shoes and done what I done, like I would assure you that they would be at least a little bit emotional as well.
Yeah, at least similar.
I just
Yeah,
don't think
exactly.
what has gone on behind the scenes and all the months and sometimes
Yeah,
years that goes into something, and maybe they just don't have that passion for the same thing. And it's
yeah,
the same as maybe we could watch like what is it, like bowls. If someone hits a perfect score in bowls or whatever it is, something that we don't really care about, or bowling, we're like, why do
Yeah,
you care
we're not
about
gonna
it?
feel the
But
same.
it's different for that person, and we're in that environment for powerlifting, and it can go bad, especially if you put so much weight on a certain amount of weight.
Mhm.
Mine would have been 200 for nationals. George was 190, his injury weight, and people can chase that and go for it too early when they're not ready, and they lose.
Mhm.
You've seen the edits of people failing a lift 7 or 8 times before they get it, and they're just loading it up before they need it. But if you just take the time to allow the progress to happen and
Mhm.
let it happen when it happens, because I know in my prep I could have squatted 200 kilos last week, but that's not what I would have done if I was sitting in the mid 180s or sitting in the mid 200s. You don't
Mhm.
change the milestone, you just allow the milestones to come when
Yeah,
they're ready.
exactly.
It's more about the journey and not the destination, sort of thing.
Yes, sir.
And then for the last question of your session or section, as one of the only people I know who have competed at a competition like Bucks, what is the uni powerlifting scene like over in the mainland?
Well, for myself in Liverpool, like honestly, I'm gonna say it is very similar to like us and I, like all the like although there was like a battle of the unis and all like the
Yeah,
three unis in Liverpool, we're all so close. We were all so close, like we were one. And whenever we went over to was it Northampton? I'm pretty sure in 2023. Whenever we all traveled together and like it was just such an experience. Like we were Liverpool, not University of Liverpool, John Muir's Liverpool Hope. We were just Liverpool lifters.
yeah,
And it's it's so fun being like part of something like that as well. I loved it. Like that was such a good experience lifting
yeah.
over in the mainland,
I'd
making
imagine.
like friends in a sport that was like really new to me. Just felt so good.
Yeah. And then we've got two more questions for both of you before we move on to hot takes. How do you switch off from lifting when you're not in the gym? Again, if you do.
Just for both of us. Oh, okay.
Yeah, for both of you.
All right, Sophie.
Um, it's something that has had to be learned for me because, like, Brandon helped me with this. Because he's very much the same. Like, whenever I go into the gym, I'm almost like a different person, and I'm just in the gym to train. Apart from like the odd yapping, of course, but it's like I have a goal, and on my drive up to the gym, I envision like what I'm gonna do, what kind of um, weight that I want to put on for this lift, and I have like a plan in my head, and then I get into the gym, and it's just that, and then outside of the gym, like I'm a mother, so I can easily distinguish those things. I don't have anything else to kind of if I wasn't a mother, it would maybe be harder. But yeah, it's just kind of getting into a routine before I go to the gym, and it's very much a learned skill where I've had to learn myself to just focus on my training and not kind of let anything else impact that's happened throughout the day, which is very difficult. It is.
I'm
But
still sort of trying to switch off whenever I'm not in the gym, but
really,
I guess I'll learn eventually.
it's not easy. It's not an easy thing
No.
to do. Like,
Yeah. What about you, George?
Um, I go to work. Johnny, you know I've got two jobs, so
I've also got two jobs, George.
yeah. Oh yeah. I knew that obviously. Um, yeah, I go to work, I guess. Socialize with NPCs. Nah, but for real, like if I'm I'd say a random like Wednesday. I've got nothing to do. I'm not in work. I could just go walks. Usually,
Yeah.
I'd be very like I do love music and I love listening to music and exploring different genres and getting deeper into like different bands and stuff. But sometimes it's nice to just like take a step back and like just live in the present and appreciate like what's around you. And that can be like said for like very like a lot of things. Like just whenever you're away from the gym, just live in the moment. Like surrounding yourself with family and friends and like nature. Like I don't know, it makes me sound like a tree hugger. I can't lie, but I do like to go outside.
I like my walks
Um,
too, don't worry.
yeah, walks are good, man. But nah, I just like spend time with my girlfriend as well. Like we'll have like a weekly date. Like just like anything outside the gym. Like I can relatively switch off from the gym pretty good. Whenever I go into the gym, it might take me a minute to like get switched on, but as soon as I'm switched on, like I'm switched on, and as soon as I walk out the door of the gym, it is easy for me to just relax essentially, or like it. Yeah, it is. I do find it easy to separate, and I guess that comes from like being injured and not being an athlete. Like
Yeah.
I've been forced to find other things to do. If you get me,
Yeah.
you know.
I've actually read up a bit about this recently, and it was mainly like the best athletes are more occupied and are able to balance their time, and
Mhm.
even like the likes of Jordan Bright, like working pretty demanding job for sleep and just like wake up times and training times that are varied, and like having to work around that as well. Uh, and just like maybe having two jobs is better than having no jobs and just training.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
I know I've I know I've just said about like interacting with NPCs, but like it is a privilege to get to like know people and know regulars
Yeah,
who like may come into the shop and may come into the bar that I work in. Like it is cool seeing so many different perspectives
yeah,
of life, if you get me, which like it's eye-opening, like especially like as like an athlete, it's like oh, like I don't know, it is eye-opening just to see there's so many walks of life.
yeah. Rather than just yours.
Yeah, like that seems so obvious, but
Sometimes
like,
people get too occupied in their own walk of life that they
yeah,
don't.
no, exactly. It's something that like whenever you're so occupied, as you say, like you just don't think about other things,
Yeah,
you know?
it's very easy to
Yeah,
get caught up in.
Yeah,
I
for
think we
sure.
forget that we're amateurs as well. We're doing for the love of the game exclusively,
Yeah.
and we're paying to do it for the love of the game. But
Yeah.
99.9999% of people aren't walking around the concert thinking these steps is gonna kill my squat tomorrow, or
Yeah.
I need to make sure that I'm hydrated, or like planning family events or work events
That's
around.
actually
Oh, how am I going to train around me working every day next week?
that's actually that's actually funny you mentioned that. On Thursday past there, I was at my brother's graduation. My mom was gonna kill me for saying this. She was probably gonna tune in and listen, but like all I could think about was like, fuck, like I've not had much food today. I've been up since 6:30. I've got to go to the gym now. I've done 15K steps. How is this gonna affect my session?
I think we've
But
all
we were
done this.
like, oh my
But
God.
your head, like you're always thinking about like what's how's this gonna affect my lifting, and for just amateur athletes, I think powerlifters are very good and very bad at the same time at obsessing
Yeah.
over their externals and worrying too much about it when like you have a life to live. You don't want to be living in a box
Mhm.
like Jay Cutler. Um, coded reference.
Uh,
Uh, but yeah, you need to live your life and
Yeah.
enjoy enjoy moments as long as you're like
Mhm.
9 times dialed in. That 1 out of 10 times you're not going to regret going and have the drink or
Yeah,
or-
going on holiday.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then last question before we go on to hot takes. If you could tell your younger self one thing before you started this journey, what would it be?
Don't go
Uh,
back.
What?
Don't go into that IPX rack.
God damn. I don't actually know. Probably. I mean, as harsh as it has been at times, I wouldn't change anything. So I wouldn't like
Mm.
point him in any direction. I would just more so reassure him, like everything is gonna be okay. It might take a little longer than you wanted, but it is going to be okay in the end. You know,
Yeah.
that's it. I actually would not change a single thing. I've just learned so much, and I do feel like I'm a better athlete because of it.
Yeah.
Amateur athlete, by the way.
That's actually a quite difficult question. I would maybe just tell my younger self to trust yourself and don't let anyone tell you you're not worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really difficult. I've never thought about that before.
It just
I'm
kind
gonna
of
think
popped
about
in my
it.
head whenever I was writing down questions, and I was like, "Oh, this would be a good one."
I was a
But-
young self time ago, so
Holy
Johnny
unk.
Yeah.
was talking to himself yesterday.
What?
You talking to your younger self would be you talking to yourself yesterday. What would you tell yourself yesterday, John?
Oh.
How far back are we talking here, lad? 10-year-old me?
Eat my steer yogurt at breakfast instead of lunch. Yeah. Do you mind if we take a quick toilet break before we go on to hot takes?
yes,
Yeah,
please.
no, I'm not even gonna lie. I've been dying since we started. I'm dying.
That's a
I
common
mean,
theme.
Oh no.
Right, we will be back in a second. We're back. Onto the hot takes, which I've been actually waiting to hear for this whole episode. So that's why I'm trying to speed on. Who wants to go first?
go on, Sophie.
Me. Okay. My first hot take. Now you've probably heard it before, so it's not controversial really, but I believe that the women's category should have more weight classes after
Yes.
84 kg because it's not fair. Like, see, at NI Nats, I was 80. Oh my god, what was I? I was like 84.8, so I was like just on the threshold of like under
Keep closing
84s.
up in powerlifting.
Something like that. I was really close to being under 84. Now this is not about me specifically, but I don't see it fair that an 85 kg woman should have to compete against 100 plus kg women. Because it's known that, generally the bigger you are, the stronger you are.
Yeah.
Not always though, not always. Like, it's not always the case, but yeah, I just don't think it's very fair, and there definitely should be more weight classes for women, especially now that powerlifting is a lot more popular than it used to be.
Yeah.
And a lot more women are, getting higher in powerlifting and getting into powerlifting itself. I definitely think it needs to be reviewed.
Yeah. Even like a thing that sort of supports that. I'm not saying Sunita and Brittany are bad lifters, but they're weighing in closer to the high 130s, 140s compared to the low 84 pluses, and they have to be at that weight to be competitive.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for the men, but it's less prominent in men because
they have 120.
Less men are 125 to 130 kilos, but a lot of women are between the range of 90 kilos to 100 kilos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would your solution be? Would it be to spread the weight classes out more evenly, that each weight class sort of goes up a kilo or two, and eventually it ends up at like 90s, in the 90s, or would you add a weight class?
I would probably add a weight class. I'd have to like kind of think about that a bit more, but right now I would say add another weight class somewhere in the 90 kilo range. Even another 2 weight classes, like 94s or something, and then 100 kg plus, 104 plus, what something like that.
Or even like most of the women's weight classes are quite close together, like 5 to 7
They
to
are.
8 kilos, compared to the men's, which could be anywhere between 6 kilos at the lowest, I think, to 10 or 11, and then 15 obviously between 105 and 120. So like maybe even if
Maybe a bit of
you add a kilo or two, maybe 3 kilos in the gaps between each weight class.
Yeah, and then add
It's difficult though. It's difficult though because of the world records that are set at the minute.
Yeah,
and
that is
so on.
true. And then you also have to have an equal amount of weight classes for each gender.
Yeah, and sub juniors already have accommodation on the lower side. So for sub juniors and juniors, there is classes like the 53 kilo class for the men.
Yeah.
And the 42 kilo class for the women.
42 or 43, whatever it was.
So that's for lighter people. It would be good to see more accommodation in the upper, sort of similar, that sub junior and junior, possibly that could be the answer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's because then you'd have to have another class at Worlds, and then you'd have to have another Sheffield, and it would impact a lot. So I think it's a great idea in theory, but in practice, it requires a lot of change. And
yeah,
I think at this point we are stable enough for that change.
Yeah, I see both sides, but it is a good thing to think about, especially because there's 60 to 80 kilos between, like, over the weight boundary to be competitive in the 84 pluses.
Yeah.
That though was doing GL competitions and competitions on dots, because we know that we have Home Nations, which is on GL.
Yeah.
I think World Games was on GL.
I think so.
But yeah, people can be weighing in at 90 kilos, be more than an 84 kilo lifter, but lifting less than an 84 plus, and still be competitive.
Yeah.
In comparison to their body weight.
Basically, what I've taken away from this is if Agata wants the world record for all weight classes, she's just gonna have to bulk up quite a lot if she wants to get 84 pluses.
Not happening.
God. I'd be done for at that point.
And 120. So I got a sicko. Scared of.
Is this what she's been doing this whole time she's been banned?
Pizzas.
Pizzas and 7 SPDs. Is that the only hot take, Sophie?
My other hot take would be kind of going off like what we've been talking about, being a mother and postpartum, is I believe that a mother who competes is more impressive than other females that compete in the bigger, like, mostly picture. In like the bigger picture, yeah, like Megan Scanlon, for example, or Bobby Barr. Like, I find that far more impressive than those who aren't mothers, personally.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, because giving birth is the most painful pain a human can experience.
I was gonna go. Johnny Ross is about to start talking about pregnancy and women's issues.
I'm a feminist now.
You have to watch his mouth there.
But yeah, it's
an IPF center will be
it's the most painful thing a human can experience, and coming back from that as well. I'd say would be more impressive.
Yeah,
than
even just the
somebody who
lifestyle
hasn't.
of being a mother and finding that balance. It's
Yeah,
like I look up to Megan and Bobby a lot, knowing they've
Like-
gone over the edge, you know.
yeah. Like I've seen in the background of Megan's videos, she just has her kids cheering her on, and it's like,
I love that.
So cute.
Yeah, and
yeah,
it's a thing in like football because like you just have to take a certain like you can limit the amount of time that you're off, but you're still gonna have to take time off the sport towards the later, or you have to adapt your training.
Mhm.
It's not going to be as good, obviously, and to come back and still be competitive like Megan Scanlon is really impressive.
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, everyone's on an even playing field, and someone that's given birth to 3 kids in the last 5 years, and a uni student, or someone that just has a really chill job and a load of free time, are put on the same stage, and obviously we can't change any of that.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's really cool to hear the stories that come out of Worlds.
yeah.
For sure.
That's one of the reasons I watch Worlds as well. Any more hot takes, or are we moving on to George?
That's all I could think of.
It's fair enough. It beats Josh's. I think Josh had like 4 or 5. I think I can't remember. George,
See,
what have
as
you
much
got for us? Oh, sorry,
Powerlifting.
sorry, Sophie.
No, you're okay. As much as I love powerlifting and everything, I'm not very versed in like the lore of powerlifting and all of the controversial texts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like saying this to George earlier on, I was like struggling to think of one because I just really don't know that much in the grand scheme of things, especially I've only been in powerlifting for a year. So it's not like I have a lot to learn for sure.
As do I, and I think all of us still do, even though Bobby, I think, knows the most about Worlds
Yeah.
in this.
I'm-
In this,
I just heard
Oh.
about power. I just really like it. It's the way people go into real depth of like rugby and
Yeah.
football. That is my in-depth sport.
I try to do that because I definitely think I've watched most of the world's battles in my free time and study periods in lower and upper six. But if any of my family is watching this, you didn't hear that.
There's
But I think
there's
Bobby still has more knowledge than I do.
there's an iceberg though. Like there's like the really easy things to know and like the really common things to know, and then it goes down and down and down. And obviously there's certain scenarios only select number of people know, and you can delve deeper into it. And
Yeah.
I think like following a lot of the people on Instagram and just keeping up to date on Instagram is like 99% of the stuff.
So being comically online.
Chronically online. Nothing better to do.
Yeah. So George, what about your hot takes?
I just I think people use the term like to call themselves a powerlifter too freely. Like I
Yeah.
don't think that like I don't think you can like just walk in a gym into a gym, do a top set and bench, skip accessories, not compete,
Eat
and
Sour
call
Patch
yourself a
Kids.
powerlifter. Yeah, like I just like that feels like disrespectful, sort
Yeah.
of. And yeah,
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
agree with that.
is that a controversial take, or is that just like a fact?
It'd be controversial to people who have never competed but call themselves powerlifters, but I think for powerlifters that's not controversial.
There's
But
definitely a
Yeah.
fine.
I'd still see it as a hot take.
We
Yeah.
have we have our very own in our gym.
We have what?
You calling them out?
We have our very own in our gym, Sophie.
Who is it?
Do you want to name a team?
We're not naming names.
Right.
I could,
Just
I would,
we have.
but
Oh,
Coming from
I've got a couple on my gym as well. But I'm
I think we
not
all
won't name.
one, don't we?
what is it?
We all know someone.
I don't. I just gym in a shed.
So
Yeah, there's
in the
definitely a
background, Bobby. Is that
Drag your
right?
brothers into the sport.
Yep.
So, are you saying that you have to compete to be a powerlifter? That is like
No,
title
I just
or
not even like it doesn't even go like just it's not like just powerlifting. Like if you like anyone can put on like running shoes and go around a couple of weeks and like
Hmm.
I
me
feel
right
like to
now.
do what were you laughing at, Bobby?
Anyone could put on running shoes and call themselves a runner, and everyone could lift a bar and call themselves a powerlifter.
Well, yeah, that's like I feel like it is it really does depend. Like I don't know, it's a hard one.
I understand where you're coming from, like, because
Like people
I
who do boxercise that like they might call themselves a boxer, but a boxer who competes
Mm,
like just
yeah,
sees that as like a fart about.
yeah, I think
it's
it's
a
mainly
kind
just
of
if you've competed, you're a footballer, powerlifter, boxer.
Yeah. I did a high rocks once, but I don't call myself a high rockster.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's like if you've competed multiple times or you've dedicated a good amount of your time in the week
Yeah.
to that sport, you
If
can call
you
yourself a powerlifter.
yeah, like if you live the life of like actively pursuing something in the sport, then I think like you deserve to call yourself that if you get
Yeah,
me. But like someone who just comes in, does
competes one
top stand
time
bench, like, oh
or
let's see if I can bench 100 today. I don't know, just doesn't take it seriously.
they do it
Like
to
I don't
IPF
know.
standards and they're all of a sudden they're a powerlifter.
Yeah.
Which is sad to see because a lot of people have potential that they don't
Mm.
use
Expressed on the
proper.
platform.
Yeah.
Put elbow wraps on and Widowmaker
A
and
bench shirt.
Goblin
Or
gear.
not
Oh,
bench shirt, not bench shirt, slingshot
thank God.
before Asylum comes to attack me. Um
Yeah. I
yeah.
don't think it's I don't see it as that deep. If someone calls themselves a powerlifter, I think
Maybe I
uh,
just really hate the guy. Maybe that's all it is.
you're doing
I'm
a
not
person.
hateful. Can I just say I'm not a hateful person at all. I love everybody. I do. But
I
this
vouch.
guy pisses me off. This guy pisses me off, man.
Oh, you got any more hot takes?
No, can't think of any. I'm just too full of love. That's what it is.
Fair enough. I do not blame you. Should we move on to the Instagram questions?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
In all
I'm
fairness,
actually kind of
George.
nervous for these.
In all fairness, you've seen this first one, and it's from Braden, because I think it was in the screenshot I showed you. How does it feel to be the second most jacked remore worker, George, from Braden?
Adam's only worked like 3 weekends. He can't even call himself an employee.
Is this back to the hot
It's
take?
still me.
Yeah, literally.
No,
Yeah,
it's
so
not even it's neither of us. We're like if that's like the top three, number one is big 6'6" Polish Wojtek in the kitchen. He's a okay. I'll show you a picture of him sometime.
you
That
need
guy's
to.
a machine. He's a machine.
Then Tom Irwin asked, one country to go to and why, and I think these are all for the rest. The rest of these are for both of yous.
I really want to go to Norway just for the culture, and it's just such a beautiful country, and it's like been on my mind for a while now. I would love to move there.
What's Bobby
Like,
licking his teeth?
I'm just imagining all those Norwegian boys going, "Girl, girl." Have you not seen that?
No.
It's all over the World Cup right now. They're lying on the floor and rowing a boat.
Oh my god, yes, no, I have seen that. Sorry.
Go see Shell Bachman while you're there. Maybe he'll make that noise.
Yeah.
Other than that, probably like Japan, Korea. Pretty.
Fair enough.
Just like around Asia would be so cool.
Is that because you like cars, Sophie? The
See,
car culture.
Japan would be cars for me.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and the food
Sure.
too. I love me I love me some food.
In all fairness, before I come on this podcast, I was playing Forza Horizon 6 in Japan.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
Love that.
Well, it's been such a long time since I've played on my own PC. I wish I had the time.
I didn't even know you had a PC, Sophie.
Yeah, I bought my own PC back in like 2020, and I just like upgraded it here and there. I
Very
can.
good.
we're 16 episodes in it, and my PC actually has a purpose.
Hell yeah.
Besides playing Minecraft and Rocket League, but Nick, George, what about countries for you?
I'd say like I don't know. I'll go with like either Japan or like Australia.
Australia would be class.
Yeah.
I have
A lot
family
of
in
people take
Australia.
like gap years over there.
Sorry, Sophie, what did you say?
A lot of people take gap years over in Australia. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
to do.
I think
And
my
you think
mate
I'm just-
Reese McTurnigan might be going to do that.
I think that's so cool.
I have to
Good
work.
for him.
Like, it's just to stay in it. Like,
Yeah.
sustain it.
I know. Yeah, there is like schemes you can do
FIFO.
Mm.
just to say you've done it. You know, it'd be pretty cool.
Or
Yeah.
else say you've done it, but you haven't.
You could do that.
Well,
Where's
I'm a
the proof?
powerlifter, but I haven't competed. Another question from Tom. How many push-ups can they both do each?
Oh, before I started powerlifting, 0. The most recent time I tried, I got 11. And I think that's pretty damn impressive, going from 0 to 11 in a year. And I don't train push-ups, so
Yeah. Bobby has to keep his mouth shut here because I'm just imagining the video of him doing weighted push-ups with like his brother pushing down on the weight.
yeah. I'm gonna try tonight after training. I'm gonna try again.
Max push-ups.
Yeah.
What about you, George?
What's up, Brandon?
At least 3.
At least 3.
At least like I'm not wrong. At
Kieran,
least 3.
what do you bench? 130, 140 nearly?
It's actually 130.5 because the 0.5 was the record. I'm sorry, that was actually
130
very dumb.
and push up at least 3 times. Where am I going wrong?
60% of your body weight for max reps on bench. What's 60%
What's
of
that?
your
What's
I don't
60% of your
know.
body weight? What?
Put 35. No, wait, I don't know. Something like 30, 40
Is that how you
kilos.
calculate the max amount of push-ups you can do?
well,
What?
or that's a rough estimate.
Oh, didn't know that.
Mine's is 50, which is definitely not true.
We should
Well,
ask Sam Clyde how many push-ups he can do because he was
No,
drunk as hell at our fundraiser
I haven't
and
Yeah.
had
thought
a
of that.
push-up competition.
how many times could you bench 50 kilos in a row?
Me?
Sorry?
You know,
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Never tried.
I would have suspected to be around 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Hope
think I
so.
could definitely like get at least 3 as well.
Yeah. Now we're on to Sam's 2 questions. For the first question, if you don't mind, what's your goal totals / lifts for commies? Hoping none of your competitors are listening to this.
right.
Well, I'll start. I would like to extend my squat record and get 3 reds, 170, which is I really wanted to get small nations, but I was suffering that weekend for different things, but that's okay.
You were-
I would love to get 170 at least. Bench, I'm going to keep that quiet because I have something coming up. Deadlifts, I would really like 185. I've been really struggling with my deadlift, so I would like to push it. And total, I'd like to get the total record as well for NI, which is currently 425. So I'd like to get maybe 430. It's realistic, not massive, but realistic.
So would you be competing as a under 84?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to. Me and Brandon have talked about going down to the 76 class, but not this year.
Yeah. I'm
Or
just looking
next
at
year.
open powerlifting here, and I saw whenever you said about 3 reds, I sort of had a light bulb above my head.
Yeah.
Do you see that Aileen Burke? I think I just butchered her name.
No, thank
She has the heaviest squat in all of the NIPF women's with 176. Would you be thinking
Yeah.
of going over that?
I mean, if it's on the day, absolutely. So at least like 170. My squat is my best lift. So, and I had the best prep for squats for small nations, and I like on the day it was. I know I'm putting myself down about it. It was a good squat day, and I just love squats. So maybe 180. Who knows? No, I don't know. I was off for like a month and a bit there, not so long ago.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things after that. So yeah.
Fair enough.
She's a great squatter.
Yeah. I even commented and was like, how do you squat so much? But just built for it.
Yeah, I love squats and she's built for it, so
I used to love squats.
why what
I just ended up being more of a deadlifter.
Bencher.
Squats just ended up being like a second thing, and then bench just down.
Oh no.
The squat and deadlift and bench ratio is crazy.
You gotta love bench.
It says you.
Love
Well. Oh, what about you, George? Your goal totals or lifts for commies?
I'm gonna say like I'd love to hit like 570-ish for total. I do think it's possible. I do think it's
Yeah.
possible. We're definitely like working very hard and taking everything
Very
like serious, like where the gym's concerned, but like also learning to like not learning, but taking a step back when necessary. Still necessary, you know. 570 would be cool. I definitely want a big old 140 bench for commies, and I do think it is possible.
Yeah.
I do think it's possible for sure. What? Someone says something?
No, I don't think so. So
And
140 bench, and then
I love if I can like deadlift more than like 210, 212, I'll be happy. My deadlift sucks ass, but we are working very hard on some cues and technique at the minute. So hopefully over this next block I can progress that.
2 kilo
Just walk in
difference
the
in your
day.
last combo. In your
What?
squat and deadlift, 2 kilo difference.
I know, right?
I used to have that. I'm so glad I don't have that anymore. Actually, no, I kind of wish I still had that. Maybe my squat would be over 4 reds by now. Stayed with my deadlift. But
I think I'm gonna end up overtaking my squat by my deadlift. Like I'm gonna have a bigger squat than deadlift, I think. Someday.
I hope that's not the case for me, but it very well could be.
Bobby should just stop squatting and just bench more in the squat.
I crazy fact, I benched 110 kilos before I squat 110 kilo.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not good scene to say.
Can't relate.
How long ago was that?
4 years ago? 3 years ago?
I benched 110 this year and squatted 110 like 2 years ago. So I think that's just a you problem, Bobby.
That's just the problem. It's the first time that my squat and deadlift have been within 50 kilos of each other. In my first comp, they were 75 kilos apart. Yeah.
Crazy.
And then as the last Instagram question, I didn't say there was very many. Or I did say there wasn't very many. After getting fundraising and stuff done, how are you feeling competing at a high level? And this is Sam's other question.
I just want to say I'm so happy to get the fundraiser out of the way. We had 2 weeks to do that. So that was so stressful trying to balance like my two jobs, training, everything in between, and get like prizes and all sorted for like fundraiser. I'm so glad to have it over with, so that my only priority is prep, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super excited now to just focus on training and see what sort of numbers turn out on the day for competition.
Fair enough.
Fundraiser went really well, by the way. It was so
I'm-
cool sharing a stage with Sophie.
I was ripping. I was stuck in the middle of a field with my car, without a car, and I was like, I'm not getting for today.
I was thinking of live streaming it, but I completely forgot on the night.
Oh,
Just to
yeah.
let people like
Oh,
tune in. Completely
See,
forgot.
I would have attended if I had a car. And
Don't worry. Okay.
as much as I would have came to Coleraine, I wasn't taking a 2 hour each way train.
oh, wouldn't worry. No, we had a good night either way.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was really sweet.
Have you passed your driving test yet?
I'll let this answer for you. Yes.
Oh yeah, you told
I
me about
passed
this
2 months
over the
ago.
weekend.
Actually,
It's
coming
just
up with 3 months ago.
You know, £100 wagon.
I keep getting told
We
that,
might
but that's not gonna be worth like $3,000 insurance just for it to break down next week. There's
Bobby,
not
surely you've
much.
got a field car right there.
What?
Huh?
Surely you have a field car, just got a wee fake MOT.
Pick
Do the
up
job,
too.
sir.
Get you on the road.
Yeah, well, I'll just insure myself in Peter's car eventually whenever he lets me. But yeah, that's all I really have for you. I've got just 2 more questions to close out, just to sum up the past hour and 45 minutes that we had yapping. The first one
Damn.
is for Sophie, and it's basically, do you have any advice for powerlifters who are looking to have children and are unsure about the postpartum effects?
Don't ever be worried. If you want to start a family, don't ever let powerlifting get in the way of that, because you can always come back to the gym and start over again, no matter how many times you start over again. As long as you have that mindset and determination, you'll make it work. If anyone wants to start a family, then I say go for it. It's so much better going to train knowing that you have a little supporter behind you. It's so great. So I would say go for it. Freaking go for it.
I meant to talk about it earlier, but I was busy and I didn't want to. It's very good that you're being such a good role model, and I think that
Yeah, I was sort of
Yeah.
saying that.
I think the importance of a child's just childhood and just growing up is like having sport and exercise around them. I
Yeah,
grew up
for sure.
very sporty, and I've turned out that I'm lifting and running and whatever. And I try to apply the same thing to my little brothers, just sort of coaching them into the gym, and not forcing them, but just putting them in the environment that they're exposed to. And it's the same as coaching young one under 16s. It's like just show them the thing, and then if they're interested, they'll pick it up, and you don't force anything upon them. But yeah, it's really cool to see that you're setting that really good example, and hopefully
Thank you so much.
following this.
It's
applaud
creating
it.
good habits as well, like around food and exercise. So all the better. And there's like when that time comes, as the years go on, there's so much more support now for postpartum mothers. So it's even better. Like there's not going to be in the powerlifting community anyway. There's not going to be anyone that's left out. So they're always welcome back. That's how I've always felt with the powerlifting community. So
there's a lot more information, evidence upon it now that you can still do it, and sort of the blueprint of how to do it appropriately, and you get
and sort of have a backing.
You get a coach that knows that stuff, and I think a lot of the time beforehand, especially when I said this in the Dean podcast, when I was doing my PT certificate, like it was like in red, pregnant woman basically shouldn't be doing any movement. Well, it was like they shouldn't be pressing something when they're lying down. They shouldn't be pressing something when they're sitting up. They shouldn't be pulling this way, and it was a lot of contraindications, and they never really reasoned why. But I think
that's what's wrong. There's not enough research as to say why. It's kind of just an old-fashioned kind of way of going by, because like I lifted throughout my pregnancy before I had pelvic pain, and I was lifting up until I was maybe like 30 weeks. And like I had a healthy pregnancy, I had a healthy birth. My daughter has no complications whatsoever. So it's really false unless you're like really exerting yourself and not listening to your body.
I think it's this thought of we don't have the research and we're not sure, so we're gonna say no.
Yeah,
in case anything bad happens.
Cover our own backs instead of striving for better research and better information on the situations.
That's it. Yeah.
But it is developing research as well.
Yeah.
It's still sort of a new thing. But for George, do you have any advice for those who are having to turn around from a devastating injury and are thinking about walking away from the sport because of it?
So you and Johnny?
Yeah. Well, I don't think they were looking to walk away from the sport, but sort of like people in their situation that could have been.
I know. Actually, I did actually have a talk to Johnny like I can't remember how long ago, but just can you actually repeat the question again, please?
Do you have any advice for those who are having to turn around from a devastating injury and are thinking about walking away from the sport because of it?
Just stay strong and give it another chance. Like
let it all work
a winner is a loser who didn't give up. What?
Let it all work out.
Damn right. Yeah, I just get knocked down 7 times, get up 8. Just like you have to adapt to that sort of mindset, like, and just never give up. It's so cliche, like
but it's so true.
The whole sport, like so sport and industry, like, but it is true. Like, just you have to adapt the mindset, just never giving up and never falling short. I guess not falling short, but like just never giving up.
I think
that grit and determination goes a long way.
Sorry, Sophie, what did you say?
No, I was just going to say everything happens for a reason as well. So it's kind of just that mindset.
Stay optimistic.
Okay. Yeah, like this might not have been what I wanted to happen, but
it happened.
I always say it happened and I just have to adjust. Like you still can train and you can still come back to the gym. You just have to adjust. That's what
I would say.
Yeah.
Huh?
Brick it wee ball.
Yeah.
We ball regardless.
Exactly.
And those two people that you have mentioned are back to like 90 to 95% health. Well, no job.
Yeah,
Johnny's mentioned again.
Prominent. Yeah, exactly. It's so good to see.
Yeah.
It's so good to see because like I know exactly what it's like just sitting there and watching everyone else just progress while you're stuck in a chair, bed, just at a standstill where your progression's concerned, and it
Yeah.
is so annoying and frustrating. So it's so good to see that they're back to it, and I don't know, Ewan's got Commie's bench coming up, and I'm sure Johnny will be back soon enough.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find because in our whole massive group chat there was a video of Johnny doing like 90 for 8
Yeah,
on bench.
yeah, which was insane.
And then he sent in another snap the other day, and it wasn't him benching, but I think it was, I want to say it was Braden or Calvin or somebody turned around and was like, this isn't loading, but it better not be you benching 120 for 8. But it wasn't. So, like, 90 for 8 coming back from that is very crazy as well. And
Yeah.
it's only been 3 or 4 months, coming up on 4.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it sort of looked like an injury that a lot of people wouldn't be able to come back from.
There has been high level lifters. I know one of the equipped GB lifters had the same exact injury. You might know who you're on about. Is it Oscar or us?
Wenzel is his last name.
Yes. He's an equipped lifter, and
Yeah.
the same happened to him. And like, he recovered, and he's not looking back, and he's squatting 300 whatever kilo. Or
Yeah.
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 If they can get through that, they can get through just about anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not about like what happens to you; it's about just how you react to it.
Yeah. I've actually heard that a lot this year as well. But yeah, that's all I have for you. It was actually really interesting. I just kind of sat back and listened to these as I normally do every week. And I think I learned something whenever Bobby was in and out of the in and out, and we weren't laughing at him on the tractor. But yeah, I am learning a lot as well. Sorry, what?
Thank you for being a great host.
No problem. Thank you for 2 hours of your time.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having us.
I really appreciate
Apologies for missing the first half.
it. That's all right.
I was there.
He was here in spirit.
Priorities.
But yeah, thank you for coming on. I have it down as thank you for coming on tonight, but it's middle of the afternoon, so thank you for coming on in the afternoon. Taking 2 hours out of your time.
No problem.
And
My
if
pleasure.
anybody hasn't
My
listened,
pleasure.
if anybody who got here in 1x speed, thank you for listening. To the people who have listened faster, thank you. But still leave us 5
What's wrong with
stars.
faster? There's nothing wrong with this. Maybe just process like stuff faster than you.
I have nothing against it. It's just an ongoing joke after you did it.
Voice notes in 2 times every time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Especially if they're from SoundCloud.
Especially if you're from Northern Ireland, where you just go and then.
Oh yeah.
Lots of gaps between sentences, but yeah, that's another episode wrapped up, and thank you everybody for listening.
Thank you.